It is my privilege to introduce April Rothrock. April has been serving the city of Winston-Salem for 5 years as a firefighter with the Winston-Salem Fire Department. April currently holds the rank of lieutenant and is assigned to Engine 8 at Station 8 on Reynolda Road as the engineer. Lieutenant Rothrock is joined today by her wife Jessica and her mother Betty. April and Jessica have a daughter who will be 2 years old this month. April is going to share their story of the struggle to find high-quality childcare for their daughter and the support that they have received through the Child Care Resource Center. Lieutenant Rothrock.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me, my family here today. It's really an honor to be here and speak. We didn't always know about Child Care Resource Center until we experienced it. We spent months and months trying to get our daughter into daycare, and I think a lot of people, when COVID hit, no one knew what that meant, what it was going to do, how it was going to impact, and some people stopped having children because they realized kids weren't going to daycare and going to school, so they stayed at home. They said, we can't handle no more. We started having kids, so we changed things a little bit. So just becoming a parent, I've learned a few things, and a lot of things we'll say. But one thing I've used, been able to apply on the job is that, when you go to handle a call or handle somebody, you always want to know how bad is the situation, how bad on a pain scale 1 to 10, what their pain level. So I can say on a pain scale of 1 to stepping on a Lego, how much pain are you in? I know many parents in here probably have stepped on some child toy barefooted, and you can understand that pain. It's tough being a parent. It's been one of the greatest, hardest rewards ever. Because they're finally human that have their own personality, their own things they want to do, and you have to somehow, keep them focused on things. Initially, we decided to have, our daughter, and because of COVID, we were trying to figure out, couldn't get her to daycare, but because of COVID, we were like, maybe we shouldn't. So we said, we'll keep her home for the first year, and we'll figure out daycare later. Her job, my wife's job at the time, allows her to work part-time. And of course, my schedule is, 24 hours on, 48 hours off during the week. So whenever I was off, I just kept her and she went to work. All was fine and hunky-dory. That put her, she was born in May of 2021. So May of 2022, we're like, hey, it's gotta be perfect, We found some daycares and we started making contact. And initially there was no wait, but then we found later that there was a year wait. We're like, oh, okay. So we put her on a wait list, and we did that in October of 21. And so we're like, we'll get it started, and it takes a good length of time. We still have plenty of time. Our plan will still work. But then December, one of them notified us that they were going to put out a deposit to keep our name on the list. So we're like, oh, okay. So we did that, and said by February, you should know for your number falls, So we started reaching out to some other places just because, you don't want to depend on one place just because you like the reviews or whatever. So we contacted others, and they wanted the first week's, pay of childcare. And I was like, well, we can't go to every single daycare doing this. That's impossible, or not financially feasible. So we just went on and kept making phone calls, and throughout the course of kind of getting down to the wire, we reached February, and we still didn't know where we were. They still went over to tell us where we were on the list. And I was like, okay. So, end of March, they finally said number 18. And I was like, well, that's high. Considering we put her in October. So, okay. So, we rolled on with it. May came. Well, no, she wasn't in there. June came. Still didn't know. July, at some point between June and July, I'll say, they said she's number 2. I was like, oh, yes, number 2. That has to be good. Your name's getting ready to be called, right? What that means. No, that's not what that means. Number 2 does not mean your name's getting ready to call. That just means you're closer. That's it. So we just kept hunkering down, and we contacted one of the daycares, and they said, have you contacted Child Care Resource Center? And we're like, no, what's that? And so they gave us the information, and I don't know where Natasha is. Is she in here? Wherever you are, I can't see you right now, but I wanted to thank you personally, because that's who my wife got in touch with and spoke with. And it was crazy because if you think about from October 21 and then in October, speaking with Natasha, in a week she found us 2 places. So it's like, wow, that's impressive. So we want to thank you. We sent her flowers because we were so ecstatic. We're like, thanks, she's going to daycare. She walked off, eat, sleep, get it girl. But we love that time. That first year is a very special time. There's so much going on with them developmentally, and so you got that close bond that you'll never get if they send them to daycare. But with you, Natasha, you really helped ease our concerns. You basically just gave us the light at the end of the tunnel because it got to the point where my wife had to figure out she might lose her job because he wanted her back full time and she couldn't. I mean, like, we can't just say, hey, take my child, here you go. It was, we are where we are. So I was trying to find a way to kind of commemorate what Child Care Resource Center did for us and you, Natasha, for helping us personally to find something. So I found this poem. I didn't write it, I can't take the credit. But it says, thanks for your service, you and your beautiful heart. Together, you make a special one. An honest guy from the start, and all the things you have done. Maybe I would have even managed it otherwise, but you helped the journey to an easier way, for you threw light on my lanes with every advice. And what you did for me is something I can never pay. So thank you and your beautiful heart for your true support from the start. Thank you, Child Care Resource Center and Natasha.